Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil 2 for the Sony PlayStation 1. We have went back in time, and we're now in the sewers in the past. At least, that's what I'm guessing. Because in the last episode, we found the time machine. We powered it up, we got it working, everything. Now, we need to get the time stone. And to do that, we need to drop down this hole. Once you go over here, you won't be messed with until you take this time stone. Once that happens, you get trapped in this cage. And I wish there was music here. Oh well. Well, let's go ahead and get our head on this hand and then make our way into this hole. Now we need to start doing things. We need to go back to where we were, I think, and hopefully do this without getting hurt, because now that we've taken the time stone, everybody is now angry at us and now want us dead. So we now need to go back to where that was, where we dropped in from. And what do you know, we have a hint from Winston here.
Stealing the time stone won't make you popular with the Molochs. Hurry back to the time machine and try and save Kia.
Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. Let's jump in here, hit the switch, make sure we stay on it. And that'll raise the cage and open this door that the cutscene is now focused on. L1 and triangle. Let us go back through this door. Once we do this, we need to go back to that hut, that central hut, a third time. When we do that... Whoa. When we do that, we should be able to get reunited with our head. And then we should be able to do stuff now. There we go. About to say, I don't think I'm close enough. Alright. Now we need to head towards this hut right here. And we need to start fighting back. Once we approach this hut, the king of these people will show up. He's got the good lightning. But if we can beat him down and get his key, King Mullock's key, that's what these guys are called, Mullocks, we can go in here. But we do need to be careful because we got two more guys coming after us. We need to go through this hole right here. And from here, we need to go into this little changing room. This gives us the good lightning, which we are going to need. And we're disguised as the King Mullock. There's music there, but since I was talking, you could barely hear it. And now that we're disguised as the king, these guys won't mess with us anymore, which is rather nice. Although those footprints are still rather loud. Now that we are the king, there are things that we need to do. For starters, I would like to refill on health here. That would be a good thing to do. And second of all, we need to go where the boat was. And we're on the right track.
Them crafty Molochs have hidden the time machine on the island. Only someone wearing the king's hat can summon that boat over there. See what you can do.
Yeah, let's see what we can do now that we're disguised as the king. Let's just go ahead and hit the bell, and then we can just summon the boat. And with that, we can get on the time machine. Time machine, the Ripper. We finally get to face the Ripper. We get to face Jack the Ripper finally. Which means we are back in the, well, the present time for this game. 1886.
All right, Dan, you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
And from here, we're going to go ahead and save our progress a little bit. Though, we won't be here for very long. Because this is a short battle if you know what to do. First of all, we aren't at full health, but in case we need even more health due to getting battered around by the Mullocks, we have yet another fountain right here. 2, I want to equip the good lightning, because we are going to need it. And 3, if we need any supplies, we can get them from the spiv. And 4, it's time to go in this door. And from here, we need to run around in a circle. We need to avoid being attacked by the Ripper as much as possible. Eventually, Kia will run to one area, and we need to start hitting Jack the Ripper as he tries to attack Kia and suck out her life energy. Really need to concentrate there. I'm sorry. As she's doing that, you need to hit him. And then after you do damage to him, you need to zap Kia with the good lightning. This will use a little bit of your health. And Dan, I need you to run. What are you doing, Dan? Okay, I thought... Okay, yeah, he was silent there for a moment, so I was afraid he got his hands on Kia. He will after this, though. Got a lot of hits on him. Since I used the good lightning on Kia at least once, I was able to give myself just enough time and energy to make sure that I was able to save Kia there. Let's see if I can hit... Okay. And now he's going to do that attack when he is low on energy. He will just cause projectiles to rain down from the sky, and you need to avoid them. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to avoid for the most part. He's going to go after Kia one more time, and when that happens... Or Kia will run to him, rather. And when that happens, he'll be down to 1. When that happens, you just kind of want to stay near the wall. As long as you stay near the wall, staying away from him, or staying away from the projectiles, rather, will be a piece of cake. And I now have no gold shield. Fun. I may have to buy one from our good friend the Spiv.
Mercy, honorable knight. Spare me.
And with that, we have beaten the Ripper, and we have gotten the Chalice of Souls. Past us and present us, shake hands. And we get the gold armor. This will help a lot. And now it's back to the professor's lab we go. How am I doing on health? I only lost 3 life bottles, so I'm going to have to spend some time doing some regaining of the energy.
This will be the weapon of your dreams, Dan. The Gatling Gun. Awesome destructive power at the touch of a button.
And we now have all 10 chalices, and we have all the weapons, which means we can get the best ending, and we get the Gatling Gun, the most powerful gun in the game, and quite possibly the most useful. Because, let's face it, this thing is going to tear several holes into anything it's aimed at. I'm going to keep that equipped because I know I'm going to need it.
Oh, you found her then. Good, good. I knew she'd come to no harm. There's no time for this lovey-dovey stuff. Things are looking grim. I'm picking up a bizarre signal from...
Cathedral Spires. We're tapped on looking for the final pages of the spell book.
Yes, Cathedral Spires. How did you know that? Come to think of it, where did you get that newfangled armor from? Looks to be made of the same material as your shield. Interesting. Should afford you much greater protection. Right, the mission is simple. We have to find that page of the spell book before Palethorn, or else all of London will be his, and we've lost.
And from here, we have to go to Cathedral Spires, and we can finally go in here and read the book. I'm under the impression we never be able to read the book. No, you got to be near the end of the game to do this. The Diary of Professor H. Kift, January 10th, 1878. This morning, an unexpected caller presented himself at my door. It was none other than Lord Palethorn. I hadn't seen him since his expulsion from the Magic Circle the previous month, and quite frankly, I had hoped never to see the fellow again. The embarrassing details of that incident I recounted in my journal for 1877. Far from being contrite or ashamed, he seemed rather bullish, for a man ostracized for abusing his wand. Straight away, he asked me to accompany him on a trip to the north. When I said I would do no such thing, he laughed and began to tell me of the unique opportunity he was offering. Very quickly, he explained he had found the last resting place of certain pages of the Xerox spellbook. He even had a map, and this was where I came in. He needed a translator, for despite his outward manner, I fear he is not possessed of too great an education, and with my knowledge of ancient texts, I was just the man for him. This astounding news confounded me. He left, giving me until dawn to reach a decision. January 11th. I have thought long and hard about his proposition, and although I am unsure of the man, the chance to find the legendary spellbook is too great an allure. I agreed to the proposal. We set forth a week today, traveling to the remote Hebrides. N.B. Remind cook to pat ointment. January 17th. I found myself in the bonny Prince Charlie, a coastal inn some 80 miles west of Inverness. Tomorrow we set sail for the Hebrides. The weather forecast is bad, and as I look from my window across the sea, a great foreboding steals up upon me, as real as the storm clouds themselves, that at this very moment roll in from the east, blotting the stars from the sky. January 18th. We have set up camp for the night. It is a relief to be once again on dry land. The journey was bad, as if the ocean itself was trying to bar our progress. For a long while, it was touch and go whether we would be drowned at sea, or smashed upon the rocks themselves. If I weren't a man of science, I would have feared that something was trying to stop us from reaching our journey's end. Still tomorrow we set out in search of the burial grounds shown on the map. January 20th. Now I have the map the right way up. The route is clear to me. We reached the tomb on the northern point of the island at midday. Tomorrow we enter, not knowing whether the greatest prize in history awaits us on the other side of the stony door. March 31st, 1878. Having problems adjusting to my new mechanical hands, will recoint my story later. April 1st, 1878. Hands fully functional. It is indeed fitting that today is All Fool's Day as I begin to recount the final stage of our ill-fated trip. My memories of the time are now thankfully vague, and I have difficulty separating the real from the imaginings of a fever-wrecked brain. We entered the tomb and discovered the failed book. I am sure of that. Whoever sealed the book in this resting place must have meant for it to remain there for all eternity. For no sooner had Palethorn placed his hands upon it, the room began to collapse. The last thing I remember clearly is Palethorn pushing me aside as a great tomb door began to lower. I scrambled for the exit too late. The door sliding shut, trapping me in the darkness, my hands crushed beyond repair. The next 2 weeks are but a fevered dream. How long I crawled in the darkness or how I escaped, I do not know. I am reliably informed I was spotted at the water's edge by local fishermen and transported back to Inverness to recover from my grievous injuries. Now safely back in London, I fear for the future. I can only wonder what Palethorn intends to do with the book. Only one thing is certain. When he does surface again, I will have my revenge. Signed, Professor Hamilton Kift. So, Palethorn used Hamilton Kift to get the power of Zarok for himself. And as the burial place of Zarok and the spellbook began to collapse, his hands got crushed, and from there, he had to create mechanical hands for himself. Meanwhile, Palethorn, mad with power, started using Zarok's spellbook to get what he wants. Now he's going to try to get all of London. This is not good. And so, now that we've read the book, and we know how Professor Kift's hands got crushed and replaced with mechanical ones, it's safe to say that we are nearing the end. I believe we have every weapon. Indeed we do. That should be interesting. And the light bar now has a gold outline instead of a silver one to signify that we now have the gold armor. That reminds me, I need to replace the gold shield. I need to fix that. Amazing how I have went the entire game not spending any gold. That is something. And I'm going to get even more gold and fix the gold shield. I'm assuming that I can fix it as I go through the museum over and over to get all of my health back. So that way, when the time comes, I can start playing through the final stages of the game. We are not that far from the end now. And it's not getting any easier. We will get back into action at full strength, head to Cathedral Spires, and stop Palethorn. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where we go to Cathedral Spires. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!